What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, van Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
You so much. Hello and welcome in to the Friday edition of your show. Welcome to the almost weekend. I'm your host, Gary. Hello. So nice to see you again. Thank you for stopping by and checking out what is going on in this beautiful city of ours. That's a teaser. LB's on the ones and twos. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. I am a little crazy today because it's a big day for us around here, as we will get a little more into that down the road. Still, as far as we know, this show right here, going live 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday. The only one that, as far as we know, originating out of Saskatoon doing that. So it's always a good thing to do stuff no one else is doing, because then you stand out and you get noticed. So thank you is the point of that story. And to also thank you even more, we have a camera with a actress who is licking too much. Stop. You're going to sneeze on the camera, bro. Hey, Marge. Yeah, cooler. Okay. She's going to go right back, but that's all right. She looks super cute. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the Mega Cam. I got this. I got you, dog. Look at this. Look at this beautiful puppy. Oh, yeah. Well done. Oh, This is where I always say the line about Johnny Carson bringing the animals in. You never know, but that's part of going live. Let's see if we can find her here. Oh, that's my feet. There we go. She's coming back. Yeah, there it is. Look, she knows. Well done, Margaret. Good job, buddy. The Maggie Cam, proudly presented to you by our incredible friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. All right? The best pet store in the universe, and we don't just say that. They prove it each and every day. They got everything you need. We say it all the time around here. We kick off every show talking about it. The amount of toys, insane. Walls full. The amount of treats, even more insane. The whole store is full of them. And then you get to the raw food diet stuff. They got fridges in the back full of that if you're looking to change your puppy's diet as well. They got a spa, second to none, state of the art, right there in-house for you to use. And then you go deeper. You find all of the super cute outfits. They got jerseys for your animals, okay? They also have beds and crates and all the other things that you need to move your animal around and to keep them comfy. As well, they got medicines. You think of things that a pet store should have, and that's what they have at Pet Planet on 8th Street. That's the short story. Mike and Rochelle, two of the greatest human beings you will ever meet, and they care so much about this local business and about you. And they show it all the time. We walk in there with Marge. Marge helps herself to some treats. No big deal. It's all good. That's what we do. And they also stay open after hours and on weekends for you. So it's not just business hours over there. They keep it rolling thanks to Kirsten and Chris. And they have a greeting dog as well. That is the cherry on top. Leroy is their greeting dog. He's got a bed right beside that door right when you walk in. And Maggie likes to steal his treats whenever she comes in, and it's always a good time to watch them go a little back and forth there. But Leroy will walk you up to the till. He's a very, very handsome boy, and he's incredible as well. And there's just something about having a greeting dog that makes everything better, and they got that as well. That's over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. She's going to sneeze so hard, bro. She's going to. You just wait. It'll happen. Welcome to it. Hope you're doing great. We have a very exciting day going on here, as tonight at 11 p.m. You will see a man turn into a little tiny baby boy right before your eyes. As I've been very vocal about how much I dislike the supernatural, and how much I am not about ghost stories and ghosts in any way, anything spooky. Nah, man, not for me. Been that way forever, okay? And tonight we're going to overcome all of those fears, and it's going to be very interesting. So that's a little teaser for you. We'll give you more as we work our way through this episode, as we got a lot going on here. Twitch stream tonight. We'll get you all caught up on that as well. But first things first, new episode of Good Sports comes out every Thursday. And this past one was absolutely incredible. We actually literally had a meltdown of our computer from all the thunder and lightning and stuff. And a lot of cool things came together to allow us to get that episode out and on time, which was very cool. And one of the segments on Good Sports with our good buddy Flats is a little ditty we call What's Going On. And it's a little sort of sports report, if you will, about all the local sports in town. And we really want to start showcasing this on these live shows that we do. So we're going to start doing that. And here is what's going on from the latest episode of Good Sports with Matthew Shirley. By the way, incredible interview. Check out the whole episode. It's on the network, and it's very cool. So, LB, let's go ahead and run some What's Going On.
And what's going on this week? Well, it's kind of a sad what's going on this week if you're a fan of local sports teams. It was a rough week for some of our local teams. Not all, but certainly some of the most prominent ones. And for the first time all season, it's a negative Saskatoon Berries update for the last update of the season. Unfortunately, after their record-setting season here in 2025, the Saskatoon Berries will not have a chance to play for a Western Canadian Baseball League championship as they were upset in the East Division final by the Regina Red Sox. Oh, of all the teams, Regina. No, say it ain't so. Unfortunately, it is so. The Berries really kind of flirted with disaster throughout this playoff run. We talked, of course, on this show about just how great they were all season, setting a WCBL record for wins with 46. They only lost 3 games at home in the regular season. They went 25-3. Well, in their 6 playoff games, 4 of which were played here in Saskatoon, they lost 3 times here at home once again. So they matched their regular season home loss total in a much shorter period of time, and that unfortunately spelled an end to their season. Not before some very dramatic action, however, because the way they won the first round in this past week over the Moose Jaw Miller Express was nothing short of cinematic, going up 10-3 in the third and deciding game of the East Division semifinal, only to see Moose Jaw score 9 times in the 8th inning to take a 12-10 lead. But then the Berries tied it up with 2 in the bottom of the 9th, sent the game to extra innings. And yes, they obviously won that series because they moved on. But how they won it? Walk-off grand slam. How about a walk-off grand slam to win a playoff series in Game 3 in front of a home crowd? It was their second walk-off grand slam in about a week because they had a win that way late in the regular season as well. Obviously, the stakes weren't quite as high that night, but it was win or go home time. And Carter Beck, who sat right here next to me on this very show, coming up hero in that Game 3 against Moose Jaw with the walk-off grand slam. Unfortunately, though, the Berries could not carry that forward into the East Division final. They lost Game 1 for the second straight round here at home. Went to Regina, pulled off a victory in Game 2, but it was the Red Sox coming away with the 6-2 victory in Game 3 on Tuesday night. Had the Berries advanced to the final, they would have been hosting Game 1 of the championship series this evening as this episode airs, this Thursday night. That is not to be. So they will have to think about how things went wrong at the very end of the season. But so much went right for the Berries this year that is worth celebrating. Just a wagon of a team. I'm sure some individual awards will be coming to some players on that team. Maybe even a Coach of the Year nod, the 5th potentially for Joe Carnahan in his lengthy time in the league. And so a lot of positives, but obviously a very bitter disappointment for a team that was just an absolute wagon all year long, 46 wins during the regular season, but ultimately needed one more big win to get to that championship series. So it'll be next year country for the Berries. A couple of individual standouts worth mentioning. Matt Whitney, the pitcher, tying for the league lead in wins with 7. And Ethan Menard, also, who has been a guest on this very show, he led the league in OPS at a 1.175 clip. It's just absolutely insane. So we'll see. We'll see if either of those players gets any individual award consideration here at the end of the year. And a funny little note, sort of pin on the end of this. I mentioned the Berries, set the wins record. Last year, there was a team that set the wins record, and they also failed to reach the final. That was the Sylvan Lake Gulls, who won 44 games in 2024 to set a new mark that was then broken this year by the Berries. The Gulls never made the final last year, so maybe there's a little bit of, I don't know, it's like the old President's Trophy curse in the NHL. Maybe you don't want to set a wins record. You want to save some of those wins for the playoffs. Should note the Gulls actually are in the final this year. They're going to be playing Regina with Sylvan Lake having home field advantage in that series. So tonight it is Game 1 in Sylvan Lake, Game 2 Friday in Regina, Game 3 if necessary. We'll be back in Central Alberta. So congrats to the Berries on a great season, but I know there's a lot of disappointment around Cairns Field here that will linger for a little while because it felt like this team was destined to win a championship, but that's why sports is the best reality television. You can be the greatest team on paper, but you still got to go out and win the games, and unfortunately for the Berries, they just came up a bit short in the biggest game of the season. So we'll see what the team looks like next year. I'm sure they'll be very competitive again. Who knows if they'll win 46 games again, but should be a very good team again next year. And a shout out to fans as the team set an attendance record in that third game against Regina, over 2,300 packing into Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Standing room only. Crowds have been great all season long, but that was the best of them all. And I'm sure that fan support is just going to continue to carry over in the years to come. They've got something really good going over there at Cairns Field. So, Berries, get them next year. Moving on, that's what's going on with the Berries for the last time this season. What's going on with the Saskatchewan Rattlers? Well, they also finished their season, albeit without playoff basketball this year. But of course, if you've been watching the show, you know that the Rattlers were out of the playoff picture about 3 weeks ago because of their struggles all year long. They did at least close out the year on a winning note. They split their last 2 games, losing a lopsided game on the road in Calgary last Friday. But they came home and they closed it off with in fact, their largest victory of the season, 96-85 over the Brampton Honey Badgers, who, it should be pointed out, are the only team that finished with a worse record than the Rattlers this season. But it was actually a pretty good game. Both the teams were out of the mix and they had nothing to play for, but they gave the fans a very good, entertaining basketball game. And Brampton, who had already lost all their top players to other contracts and national team opportunities, they were playing with a roster that was very inexperienced and not really one that stacks up against any other team in the league. And they gave the Rattlers a real good push. So that was nice to see, because you could understand if some of those players had already kind of checked out. One of the Honey Badgers did. He got himself tossed in the second quarter of that game, and he was already out of the arena by halftime. So he was saying goodbye. But the Rattlers, they stuck it out till the end. And Jaden Bediako, the Rattlers' big man, set a CEBL record in that final game, a new single-season mark for blocked shots. He capped off the year with 5 blocks in that final game against Brampton to finish the season with 49, surpassing the old record of 46. And it was really fun to watch him actually in the game, checking in with the scorers table throughout the game to make sure that they were properly recording his blocks, because he was very, very much aware that he was chasing that record. So that was nice to see. Of course, that was the second CEBL record that a Rattlers player broke this season, with Nate Pierre-Louis setting the assists record as well. Bediako, in fact, also this season matched the league's record for rebounds in one game. So a player who, I think if you're the Rattlers front office, you're going to want to try to get back next year, as he's just only a year into his professional career. So he's just going to keep getting better, and he's a beast in the paint. So Jaden Bediako with a nice finish to the season. And the other nice little bow at the end of what was a very frustrating summer for the Rattlers was to see their longest serving player and definitely a fan favorite in Anthony Tigakili come out, and he didn't start the game, but he basically came in 30 seconds in and played a ton of minutes, and he ended up putting up a career high of 18 points in the game and scored the target score winning basket to finish the win off for the team. Crowd got a big kick out of that. He celebrated like they'd won, a big game. It was just really cool to see one of the players who's been a real kind of glue guy, blue collar, defense first player, primarily a bench player throughout his CBL and Rattlers career, get a chance to really play a lot and do a lot with that opportunity. That was a really cool thing to see from him. And in his 80th CEBL game, getting a career high in points in a win, a third home win of the season, the 7th overall, as the Rattlers finish the season 7-17, which is one win better than they had last year, but the season was 4 games longer, so the win percentage was actually a little bit lower this year. CEBL is a weird league. It could be a completely different team next year, so it's really hard to predict what they're going to look like next year, but it's been 3 straight seasons without playoff basketball, so there's even more determination inside that Rattlers office to get back to the postseason in 2026. And one of my favorite phrases, only time will tell if they can actually do that. But hopefully they bring Eric Magdans back as the head coach and keep some continuity there. And this was a great character group of players. It just ultimately had some issues of inconsistency throughout games this season. But I think there were a lot of good pieces to the puzzle. So if the team is able to assemble a roster that's even somewhat similar to this year's, I think they'll actually be in a pretty good position to compete and win some more games next year. We'll just have to see what they look like in 2026. So Rattlers are off to the offseason once again. Players are scattering to all corners of the globe for their next contracts over the winter season, the traditional basketball season, and we'll see which familiar faces might be back in Rattlers green and wheat next year. So that's what's going on with the Rattlers. Let's move on. I mentioned a lot of teams having tough ends to this, or tough weeks. Saskatoon Hilltops. How about the Saskatoon Hilltops losing their season opener? That does not happen very often. The Hilltops dropping a 31-11 contest in Winnipeg against the Winnipeg Rifles in week 1 of the Prairie Football Conference season. It's the first time they've lost a game in Winnipeg since August 28th, 2022. And the first time they lost on the road since mid-September of that same season. So it's been a while. Of course, they went undefeated last year up until the PFC final, which was played at home. They do have a brand new starting quarterback, so there's going to be some bumps along the way as Hayden McMahon gets his feet under him in that position. He went 11 of 21 for 81 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions in Winnipeg. Running back David Collins led the ground attack, 10 carries, 61 yards. Winnipeg's quarterback, Riley Element, which is just an incredible name, 16 of 19 for 215, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. And so, first game of the season, there's is going to be some warts on it for both teams, but the Rifles coming away with the win. So they're 1-0, the Hilltops 0-1. Toppers will be at home for their home opener this weekend, Sunday, August 17th, as they will entertain the Edmonton Huskies, who are also 0-1. They dropped their first game against the defending PFC champion, Regina Thunder. So, still early in the year, and I'm sure that the Hilltops will get some wins as things go on, but certainly not something you often see is a Hilltops team with a sub-500 record, albeit just 0-1. So, nobody's pushing any panic buttons just yet. So, that's what's going on with the Saskatoon Hilltops. Let's switch over to tennis. Yeah, that's right. I said tennis. Did you know there's a big tournament going on in Saskatoon this week? Yeah, the Saskatoon Challenger, which is part of the ITF Women's Tennis Tour. It's an annual event at Riverside Badminton and Tennis Club here in Saskatoon. It is a women's event. There were former versions of this event that was a men's tournament. Now it's a women's tournament, both singles and doubles play. It's already carrying on right through the weekend. There's a $40,000 U.S. purse of prize money available. There's also 50 rankings points on the WTA Tour. So it's a pretty big deal for these players, some of whom you might be seeing and hearing of on the biggest stages not too long from now. Why do I say that? Well, do you know who won this tournament twice recently? None other than Victoria Mboko, the latest Canadian tennis sensation, of course, the 18-year-old who just won the National Bank Open out in Toronto last week, and is now going to be going into the U.S. Open as a seeded player. She won this Saskatoon Challenger just a couple years ago. She won it in 22 and 23 as a 15 and 16-year-old, I guess, at that time, playing against women as well. So you already knew she was going to be good back then. But again, it's just you never know what rising star you might be able to catch here for a very affordable ticket price. And you can get some beverages, enjoy the nice weather. Hopefully it's nice weather, and take in some tennis. It's good stuff. I've been able to watch some of this in previous years. It's a really good tournament. So if you want to still catch it, there is still some action to go here. Friday is going to be the doubles quarterfinals. Pardon me, the singles quarterfinals and the doubles semifinals. Those will begin Friday at 11 a.m. Saturday will be the doubles final and the singles semifinal. Kicking off at noon, and then the women's singles final, or I guess just the singles finals. It's a women's tournament. It goes Sunday at high noon. There are, for those first couple days, multiple matches going on various courts. So you're going to want to just go online and go over to the Riverside Badminton and Tennis Club website and check out the schedule for all the specific times and court locations. But of course, it's all in one area. So if in doubt, just go down, buy a ticket, and get a spot in the bleachers and enjoy some great tennis. Make sure you get your sunblock, get your sun hat. I got a pretty bad sunburn at that tournament a few years ago, sitting in the stands. So great tennis on display right here in the Bridge City for a few more days. So be sure to check that out. That's what's going on the court. Meanwhile, one last thing that's going on this week, or was going on in the past week, is our own Emily Clark from right here in Saskatoon signing a new contract extension with the Ottawa Charge of the Professional Women's Hockey League, a 2-year extension that will take her through the 2027-28 season. Of course, Emily from here in Saskatoon, a 2-time Olympic medalist, gold in 2018, silver in 2022, mainstay on that national team. She's also the only player to play every single game in Ottawa Charge history through the first 2 seasons of the PWHL. And last season, she was second in team scoring as the Charge made a charge right to the final before ultimately coming up just a little bit short of winning the PWHL championship. But great news for Emily Clark, who is going to be sticking around the nation's capital for a couple more seasons. That's what's going on the ice, and that's what's going on this week.
So there you go. What's going on with the great Ryan Flaherty on Good Sports, episode 13 up now. Matt Shirley is the guest feature interview on that one, and very, very cool. Very well done by the team, as another good way to get you all caught up with all the local sports. It's what we do around here. Matt Young on Thursdays, he gives a little taste, and then Flats goes all in on all of it and gets totally informed. Very, very cool. As we continue here on the Friday edition of your show, rolling into the weekend, I do want to remind you right now, if you're getting hungry, go get a passport, all right? Bugsy's Market Mall, Bugsy's Lawson Heights. You can pick them up, and inside you'll find 69 different flavors of wings that have been concocted by some of the greatest wing makers in the history of chicken wings. We're talking crazy stuff, too, like cinnamon buns and smoked lemon, which is a smoked lemon pepper. Very, very cool. Sweet and smoky bacon, roasted garlic and red pepper, Parmesan and herb, tandoori glory. Had that one twice now. Very, very good. The Vampire Killer, we had that one as well. Also very, very, very good. That was garlic and more garlic and more garlic. So the deal is you get the passport, stamp them off. Every Tuesday and Thursday they got wings on special, so you can just really knock them out. And then once you do that, you join the exclusive club. Look at that. I did the 69 at Bugsy's. That's a ruckus cock right there shredding on top of an amp. That could be you. Yeah, it comes with a lot of prestige as well. So get your hands on one of these, win that, enjoy all the wings. The belle of the ball is the wings, obviously. They're so freaking good. You get all that done. And if you're sitting at home and you don't maybe want to go out, you can order on Skip the Dishes or on Uber Eats as well. Just go to Smitty's, order a plain wing, and in the memo, put the flavor that you want. Boom. It's there. So very cool stuff. Thank you to our friends at Bugsy's. And getting very excited for the game day feast tomorrow, as 12:30 we'll be kicking off another edition of the 13th Melon as the Green and White gets set to take on the Ticats. It's going to be a lot of fun. And always enjoy the little appetizer to try and show off, like mini donuts, which were so good. and then a couple more of these wings for us to dig into. As well, one last reminder, Swaggy P, international sensation when it comes down to stick handling and breakaway dangles, I guess you could say. This dude is a global phenomenon, and he's going to be here in Martinsville, the Martinsville Rec Center, with our friends over at Super Skills Hockey. They got a whole event going on, kicking off at 4:30 tomorrow. Swaggy P will be on the ice showing off his stuff, and then they head up to the studio upstairs in the Super Skills Hockey state-of-the-art facility. And they're going to do some more filming and getting all that social media content that he creates, and you can be a part of it. Head to superskillshockey.ca, get signed up, and head on out, because it's going to be a lot of fun. And I know you and I, maybe I'm not really sure who Swaggy P is, but the kids love him. Promise you that. As sounds like Coach Mazur's kids are going to be there, which is very cool. And a bunch of other of our friends. And we're going to have a little team there as well, making some videos and doing some cool stuff. So looking very forward to that. Check out Swaggy P tomorrow night, I guess tomorrow afternoon into the evening at the Super Skills Hockey World Headquarters. Love those guys. Always doing such good stuff. And that's what we like to promote. If you feel like you got something like that, you got a charity, you got an organization, you got a big event, whatever it is, reach out to us. We love to help. We always say, as long as you're not a dick and you're not an asshole, you're good here. And no politics, no religion. So those 4 things, come on in. All you got to do is just send us an email to 123 4 contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. I totally should have brought you up for it. I'm sorry, Brando. Should have had a guest appearance just to do some vocaling with me. You're my guy. That's why I love you. Send us an email. Get in touch. Let us know. Boom. See you later. Also got a website. Recently updated. Very excited about that. Dufferinav.com. Just like the email minus the contact and the @ sign. Royal Anders made it so good. And I don't like traversing websites because they get all, I'm old. Technology, what's happening? This one's very streamlined, very easy to maneuver. So Royal Anders nailed that one. We like to give this a little, how's she going? Send her that way. And the Twitch stream. So the Hansel of Twitch streams. Twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. That's where you find it. Tonight we'll be on there around 7:30. Getting back into Chrono Trigger as Uncle Brando and yours truly will be hanging out with the Phenom, making his first ever run through with Chrono Trigger. The gimmick here is, though, Uncle Brando already got a beat, so it's the second playthrough, so he has most of the stuff that you need to really, destroy guys, so it's a lot of fun at the start. Then eventually it'll catch up. But if you're into Chrono Trigger at all, check out this stream right here. It is the one for you, twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media. Yeah, the hole's still there, bud. Looking good. A couple air horns for you. The Friday edition continuing. Normally we have a Friday fun table going on here, but Hardcore is currently in Toronto. She's going to the Jays game tonight. She's going to do a lot of fun stuff, so we decided to do some promotion as we have a big show going on at 11 p.m. tonight. Do we want to run a little video on that, LB? Do we want to run a little video for the show tonight? Yeah? Okay. Give you a little taste of what's about to go down. Again, 11 p.m. tonight. Let's take a little peek at this. I'm already scared. I'm already scared. I hate it. I hate it so much. You're going to watch me squirm for the entire show. So on YouTube as well as it'll be on Twitch, which is very cool. So both of those streaming services will be streaming at the same time, so you can check it out on Twitch and on YouTube, which is something we've been really trying to do. So LB has been working very hard, along with Curtis Anderson and Phenom and Caitlin. Everyone getting in it as we move forward with Gary's Scaries tonight. Overcoming so many fears. Fridays around here, we just finished talking about Thursdays, good sports, new episode. Fridays, we got a book club, and it's right there in the name. It's not that kind of book club. They bring on authors. They literally have a book club, and they do books and all sorts of stuff. I could explain it to you, but I got a nice chunk of the episode that just dropped today, and we're going to play that for you now. So please enjoy Not That Kind of Book Club with Les and Ree.
Hey everyone, it's Les.
Hey, it's Ree. This is Not That Kind of Book Club.
You cut me off, bro.
What were you going to say?
I literally said, hey, it's Les.
Oh, we always just go back and forth.
I know.
Okay, we'll redo that.
This could be interesting. This could be a clip, a blooper.
We have a lot of those.
We have bloopers, right? And cut.
Hey, I'm Les,
And I'm Ree. This is Not That Kind of Book Club.
a bookish podcast where we read it so you don't have to.
Hey everyone, it's Ree.
And I'm Les.
It's Not That Kind of Book Club.
And here we are. It's a Monday morning. How are you, Ree?
I am doing okay. I am A-okay today. We're getting through it.
Okay. Yeah. It's a Monday, guys. It's Monday.
Very much a Monday.
It's just the most Mondayest Monday of all Mondays.
But fortunately, we have a guest today.
Ooh, we do have a guest today.
Everyone say hi to Nomi.
Hi, Nomi.
Hey,
Hi, guys.
welcome to the show, Nomi Palmer. We're so excited to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And you are coming to us from just north of Toronto. She is in Keswick, did you say? Can
That's
we
right.
disclose your location?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually doing a local author showcase here in the fall, so people are going to
Ooh,
know where I live.
amazing. Very
mean,
cool.
At least we're not saying hi. She lives at 123 Queen Road Southwest. You can go and knock on her door between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m.
I mean,
The
if people
police will
tried
be
to
called
show
if
up
you
at my
come after
house,
6.
they'd probably get eaten by coyotes out here. So,
So we don't call the police. We call the coyote squad.
yes.
And they just come and take care of the
The
problem.
conservation officers.
Or okay, whatever.
Yes, also like Coyote Squad. That
I
works
think,
too.
I think the
Yeah.
coyote squad sounds better. The coyote task force.
The
Yes.
task force.
The task force,
so
Oh
CTS.
my gosh. Okay. Let's be more serious, I guess. Rein
Okay,
it in.
I'll try.
Yeah, it's not going
don't
to
worry.
happen very much here.
The reminder is for me usually because I'll say the most unhinged things without thinking about it. And then after I'm like, oh my God, did you just say that? Yes.
I
it's
publish the most
recorded.
unhinged things without thinking about it, so.
True. This is true. And that's okay.
That is why you write and are published, and we love it.
Yes. Okay. So we have a question for you.
Mhm.
What is the last book that you read, the book you're currently reading, and what's next on your list?
So the last book I read, that's a good question. It was a romance novel, but I can't remember what it was. I've been reading through some old Harlequins
Ooh.
that I have just for like inspiration. And I think it's called Silver Bells. It's like this couple
Silver
gets
Bells.
trapped
Is
in
it
a cabin at
Christmassy?
Christmas. Yes, it is.
Mhm.
And they're enemies to lovers, and it's quite entertaining. So that was the last one I read.
Silver Bells.
Currently, yes, Silver Bells. Currently alpha reading for my author friend Kevin Wayne. I'm reading his second book in his trilogy, the Rising Sun trilogy. Really great series. And next, I have another Christmas book that I got for Christmas that I haven't read yet from my cousin. And it's sitting right over there, and I can't remember what it's called, Christmas Heist or something like that. But I'm looking forward to it. I love Christmas romance. So,
I was just going to say, unpopular opinion. I hate Christmas books. Like, guys.
Two ends of the spectrum here. Love,
Yeah.
hate.
So 2 years ago, we had a Christmas book exchange, and I wrapped up like 20 books, put them under the tree, and other people came. They took a book, everyone unwrapped it. It was kind of like a white elephant Christmas, and me, because I did it all. I was like, I don't really care what I get. And at the end, I like opened it up and I got the one Christmas book that I wrapped. The one Christmas book. And I was like, of course Alessia gets the Christmas book. She's never going to read this. So I had to like put it, well, I didn't have to, but I put it back and somebody else took it home. But I was like, oh my God, what's the likelihood the one person who doesn't like Christmas romance got the Christmas romance?
Yeah.
Typical Murphy's Law.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the time. Okay, read. Reading, to read.
Read. What is the last thing I read? I think Problematic Summer Romance. I just finished, just like an easy romance
Was that
book.
Allie Hazelwood?
Allie Hazelwood, yep.
Yep.
Was pretty good. I listened to it as an audiobook, which was nice. Currently reading The Retirement Plan by Sue Hinsenbergs, which is hilarious. And then next up is going to be The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. Mariana Zapata. We've talked about this one before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I said this one last week, or the week before, whatever it was. That book, I loved it. I loved it so much. Sorry, unpopular opinion, but it's an accurate opinion. I loved it. I'm sorry. Okay. The last.
What are you reading?
What
have you read?
Okay, so the last book I read, I just got back from the Caribbean, and I was on the beach reading this book, and I was like, man, people are gonna walk by and be like, what's wrong with this chick? But I was reading Satanic Shadows.
It's so intense for a beach read.
By Lee Rivers, who like writes pretty intense books. It was really good. It ended on a cliffhanger though, and I was like, damn it, I never read books that end on a cliffhanger. They just make me mad. But I did it anyways.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm listening to Binding 13. I finished Binding 13, that's a lie. I'm listening to Keeping 13 now, which is the second book. And I'm about 3/4 of the way. And guys, this book series tears at your heartstrings a little bit. And then the next book that I'm reading, I wrote it down because I knew exactly what book I was going to be reading, and I've lost it.
Just gone.
Come to me. Did I bring it?
No,
It's
you
okay. I
got the
couldn't
13
remember the
series.
books I've read.
I hate when I can't remember things. Like, it actually makes me so irritated. It's gonna come, and randomly halfway through this episode, I'm just gonna scream out a book and be like, "That's what I said I was gonna read."
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I think I know.
Are you gonna find it on Goodreads now? There we go. Okay.
No, it's gonna hurt me if I don't. Like,
that's so fair.
on,
Do you
Alessia.
use a book tracker, Nomi?
I don't, obviously. I don't even remember what books I've read this year. But like I say, like I read a lot of Harlequins and like old school romance because it's the right like meat that I need to like put in my system to write what I write. So I just need that like campy, old school romance kind of charm. And I have like favorites that I'll reread 100 times. But yeah, I don't actually use Goodreads or anything. I have a Goodreads like for like my real self, not my know me self. And it just sits there. I put like a rating system in and everything, but I don't use it.
Fair enough. It is work to keep it updated.
Yeah, it totally is. It's like a blog.
Yep.
Seriously. But I'm addicted to updating it. I'm like, I'm at this page number because I like seeing that I'm at like 57% done. And then I go and I check my like reading goal and it's like, you are 12 books behind. And I'm like, still, I've read like 4 more books and I'm still 12 books behind. Whichever, it's fine. But Sarah Kate, Madam.
Okay, that's what you're going to read.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very nice.
All right, bread and butter, let's go.
Let's get into it. Nomi, who are you? Where are you from? Tell us all about you. Give us the quick synopsis.
I want to know who Nomi is.
Who am I? Well, I am a mother. I am the daughter of a Christian minister, which is why I go by a pen name.
Yep.
I actually recently just told my parents I hadn't told them anything for like 3 or 4 years that I was doing this. And I just thought I'd be disowned. I
Yeah.
They would not want anything to do with me. Because, my mom doesn't even say like crap like she does. It's like no swearing, nothing like that. You wait till you're married. Meanwhile, I'm writing about all kinds of stuff going on with demons and whatever. And I was just like, I don't think you guys want to be a part of this. But
The Passions series, yes.
yeah.
It's not like I was going to make a Passions joke for Catholicism, but I'm not going to. Everyone knows it's not even a joke. You just know what I was going to say without me having to say it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say it, but read between the lines.
Yes.
But yeah, I told them and they're actually really supportive and happy. They're not happy with the content, but they're happy that I'm doing well. And so I grew up really Christian, really conservative. And then now I'm kind of exploring not being so Christian and conservative through my writing. And
really cool.
I live on a farm in Keswick. Watch out for the coyotes. And right now I'm not working. I was working at a child psychology clinic. I got laid off earlier this year. So I've been able to really dedicate my time to being an author full time. And it's been awesome. I've had a lot of great opportunities pop up like you guys and other things. And I'm just happy to be spending my time doing my author thing while I can, while my kids are home from school. And then I'll probably go back to work in the fall, but it's been a nice summer off kind of to just focus on writing.
Okay, I have 2 follow-up questions.
Yeah.
1, child psychology clinic. What did you do?
I was the office manager.
Nice. I'm educational psychologist in training, we'll say. So that has intrigued me. And then the second one, you say you're on a farm. Do you have animals on your farm?
Okay, good. I also really wanted to know that.
So the farm we live on, we actually just rent the house from the farm, the farmer people. They grow a lot of vegetables, but we do have a lot of wildlife. Like I say, we have coyotes. We don't have any farm animals, but there's a bald eagle family that lives close by. We watch them fish because we're right by the lake. We see like osprey. There were some cranes, really tall, big, like dinosaur looking cranes that used to come by in the spring. And it's nice for bird watching. I'll say that. I feel like I'm like 65 years old, but
okay, you've got a like really wide array of birds, but in Saskatoon, we've got geese.
Yeah. We've got geese.
Lots of them.
Yeah.
They cross the road.
Yeah. And you can't drive. Yeah. You're just waiting
and
there forever.
They're so mean.
They're so mean.
But back to the farm question. I'm not going to lie to you. The first thing coming into my brain, I was like, oh my God, if she has cows and then there's coyotes, I'm like, oh my God, it's barnyard where like the coyotes come to kill the chickens. And then like the cows are just in the yard and like, have you ever seen Barnyard?
No.
I have not.
Oh my God, guys.
But I like this. I like your little segue.
I'm going to have to send you the
we need
the image of the movie and be like, go watch it. You will understand what I mean.
Oh man. Amazing. Yeah. Well, let's dive into some book cues here.
Yeah, bookish
questions.
We love bookish questions.
Right into it. So starting with your first novel, what was the first spark for Controlled Burn? Was it characters, the emotional themes, a specific scene? What was the first spark? That's kind of punny too.
So I used to be really, really fit. I'm not so much anymore, but I used to be. And I would go running every night for about 10 kilometers. And I would listen to music the whole time because what else are you going to do while you're out running for 10 kilometers? And there was this song that kept playing on my iPod because it was a while ago. And it's called Knock 3 Times. It's like an oldie, but it's like, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. And it's about this girl who lives in the basement. Yeah, if the answer is no.
Sorry, guys. Do you not know this song?
No, but I love your karaoke. Please keep going.
Rihanna.
To my Spotify.
No, you need to educate yourself.
I do. I really do.
Continue.
So I would listen to this oldie and I was like, this is such great fodder for a rom-com. And then I wrote the most devastatingly depressing book we've ever known. But it started with the spark was a girl lives in the basement apartment and a guy lives above her. And that was literally what I had to start with. I was just like, yeah, I want them to like be enemies to lovers. And she lives beneath him. They're in the same house. They're renting. They're in their 20s. They're, younger, but they're both a little bit damaged in their own way. And then it kind of just went from there.
Love it.
All right, all right.
Okay, so you've described intense feelings as literary junk food in the best possible way. What inspired you to lean into the soap opera style for this series?
Passions.
The TV show.
The TV show Passions from
Stop it. Stop it.
From 1999 to 2008. Little Timmy, Tabitha the Witch, the whole crew. Passions.
I think I just love your series so much more now. Oh my God. I used to watch that at my grandparents' house. And then my mother would come in and she's like, why are you watching this trash? And I was like, no, it's Passions. The bomb. It's so good. I just remember the Great Flood.
Yeah, well, I remember everything. Like, if you want to have like a deep dive into Passions, don't test me because I know it all. But
I want to find this and go rewatch all of it now, which
a lot of it is on YouTube. Just saying. And I made my husband watch a lot of it because he's my editor. So I was like, you have to know what you're editing. You got to dive into this show. So he's watched a lot of Passions now too, and he thanks me for it actually because it's so good.
It is really good.
It's just addictive. It's like crack. And then I went to school for digital media arts. So I did film and television for a little while. I worked on Degrassi, The Next Generation. Yes, I met Drake several times.
Oh, I don't even care about Drake. I'm sorry. Let's go back. You worked on Degrassi. Like, that is like my bread and butter of a show growing up. Oh my gosh.
So she
knows
I
worked on
Degrassi, but not Barnyard.
I love Degrassi.
I can send you a clip after of all the scenes you can see me in on Degrassi.
Absolutely, please. Yes, dear.
I was just an extra, so I was just wandering around pretending to be a student. But
just
it was a lot of fun.
an extra, she says, on Degrassi, like this beautiful, like Canadian grassroots TV show. Just an extra. Kidding me?
Canadian?
Yeah, Degrassi's super Canadian.
Yeah, it's filmed in Toronto, or it was.
It's filmed in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, I haven't watched it. So that's okay. I mean, Heartland was filmed in Alberta.
Very true.
Yeah.
High River.
There you go.
High River sucks.
But yeah, it's so I worked in film and television for a little while, and I was like, I love it. I love the work, but the environment isn't good for my mental health because it was like the longest day I worked was 32 hours, which is more than a day.
Wow. That's not even a day at that point.
Yeah, more than a day.
Too much.
Oh.
And like you're not sleeping, you're just curled up in like a chair in like an auditorium and eating white bread and peanut butter. And I'm like, this sucks. I don't know about this full time. But I really loved the idea of creating my own TV show. And I didn't have a studio or actors, but I had my fingers and my brain. So I wrote a book.
Amazing. Very amazing.
So that's where the soap opera, it came from Passions. And also where it really started was before I actually wrote the book, I wrote a Sims story with the based on Passions with all the characters from Intense Feelings. That was what I had at the time. I was like 21. And I just took pictures of the Sims and scripted it and wrote it out like it was a TV show. Everyone told me, they said, you need to turn this into something real, not just a stupid Sims story. This is really good. So it took me a long time. It took me like over a decade, but I finally novelized it.
Oh my God, I love that. Sims story.
Very nerdy.
Sims. I love that. Hey, you know what? It's all got to start somewhere.
Okay, but real question here. Sims 3 or Sims 4?
Well, I'm old, so it was actually Sims 2.
I don't even remember Sims 2.
Oh, I love Sims 2.
I probably, because I remember when Sims 3 came out, so I must have known Sims 2. I don't know.
Yes.
I love Sims.
Sims 2 was older, yeah, but it was just what I had at the time.
My name is Alessia. I'm 29 years old, and I love to play Sims.
Yeah, I love Sims still. I'm actually looking forward to Paralives, but moving on.
I get so excited when the Grim Reaper comes in Sims because I
Yeah.
killed my person just so the Grim Reaper could come. It's a good time, guys. I burn down houses in Sims. It's like so fun. It's so satisfying. And no, I'm not like,
You're just a little bit of a psychopath in Sims there.
what's the word when you like lighting fires?
Pyromaniac.
Pyromaniac.
Pyromaniac. I'm not gonna lie, do you know what came to my brain? And I didn't want to say it, but now I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Now you have to.
Oh god, the first thing that came to my brain was necrophiliac, and I was like,
Oh,
definitely not. I'm definitely not that.
that's not
And
it.
then I was like, kleptomaniac. I was like, no, that's stealing. What's that one? No, pyromaniac.
There we go.
There it is. I'm just a Sims pyromaniac, not
Just
in real life.
Sims,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
I just
Hopefully
burned the
not a Sims
online world.
necrophilia.
Burn the online world down. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you ever base characters or situations on real people or real life events, or do you prefer to create entirely from imagination or kind of based off passions or things that you've seen in television?
I base my characters completely just on their own identities, like their own selves. I don't write based on real life people. The only thing I've ever taken from real life was when I was writing anything to do with addiction or alcoholism. I do have people in my life who suffer from addiction and alcoholism. So I know that like firsthand as an outsider, like how it is for the support system to be dealing with someone with those kind of issues. And being so close to certain people in my life who have those issues, I know what it's like from their perspective as well. So I'll take that kind of real life motivation and put it into the story, but I wouldn't say like, oh, this character is based on like my brother or my, my uncle or whatever. It's like certain pieces of them might be in there, but it's not their personality so much as like that kind of issue. Also, grief. I've had a lot of loss in my life. So I feel like I can write grief from a really genuine, pure kind of standpoint of from myself. But again, I'm not writing about the grief I experienced, just like it's my way of being able to connect to grief and give it to whoever, whatever character needs it, if that makes sense.
Well, and I feel like you're able to write about emotions that you have felt or somebody else has felt without it actually being based off of them. There's a difference to me in terms of like emotions and experiences like that people have gone through versus I'm basing a character off of Rihanna. Like this is, I'm gonna base it off of her. No, I'm gonna base it off of maybe her and I went through something very tragic together and like we kind of built that friendship on it and grief and whatever it is. You can use that emotion and that experience to shape something is kind of what I'm getting at. And I feel like if I were to write a book, I feel like that's kind of the take I would go for rather than this is based off of my mom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know, for me, it would just be a little too personal to actually base characters off real people. Names I steal all the time. My favorite places to steal for this series are obviously passions. Like now that you're going to see the passions names peppered throughout the series.
Yeah,
like we have Ethan, Ivy, Alistair. Like there's just like a good clump of them in there. Also, this one's kind of matches the theme of my books, I guess, but I get names from cemeteries. I go to cemeteries for fun. We go for walks, me and my family.
I go to cemeteries for fun.
Yeah, I don't know how else to say it.
I mean, good on you.
They can be a joyful place. They can be really pretty with nice flowers.
Peaceful,
I went
super
to New Orleans.
peaceful.
I went to New Orleans and they're like, let's go on a cemetery tour. And I was like, I'm sorry, a what? And I remember getting off the bus and there's like just the concrete path. And I'm standing here and it's just a bunch of crypts. And I'm like, I'm sorry, how is this fun? I don't like this. And then the tour guide proceeds to tell you the like most absurd stories about it. And I'm like, no, I really don't like this. I would like to go back to the bus, please.
But there's great names on the headstones if you take a minute.
Yes, totally. Okay.
But another spooky thing in this graveyard, I'm not gonna lie, one of the first crypts that I saw, it was actually my grandpa's last name. And like, it's an Italian last name. And all you see is like Frank Delfonso. And you're like, I want to go back to the bus now. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask, if you go to cemeteries and you collect from different series, are there a couple names right now that you're holding on to that you want to use?
There are, but I'm always so bad when you put me on this spot. There was a name I just had the other day, and I was like, I'm going to reuse this. I just named a character Miel, like honey in French.
Ooh.
And that kind of came to me, and I was like, ooh, I like that name. And that name I got from a YouTuber who I used to watch, and her name was Miel. But I was just like, yeah, I'm going to give you Miel. I think that's really pretty. And now I kind of want to give her more to do because she has a pretty name.
Yeah. She's honey and like sweet as honey.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's also a vampire.
She's a vampire.
No, maybe she's not sweet as honey.
Well, could be a little bit.
Sweet and tangy, like your blood.
Yeah.
This is red honey. Don't ask what color our dye is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so your stories include obviously popular romance tropes, enemies to lovers, only one bed, forbidden love, fated mates, yet they feel really fresh. So how do you approach making familiar tropes your own? Which tropes in your book do you think readers respond to the most? And what's your personal favorite trope?
So I think the way I keep it fresh is actually to go old school, like I was talking about at the beginning, is reading the old school Harlequins. Nobody's reading those. Nobody remembers them. So they feel new. They feel like it's brand new, especially to like Gen Z. Like they're not going to be picking up Silver Bells from 1983 by Joanna Miller or whatever. No, not Joanna. That's her up there. But anyway, so like they're just like they're not gravitating towards that. So it's these kind of like almost they lean towards aggressive a little bit, especially like the enemies to lovers, which I always saw as funny. But now like that's a really big deal. People like their men like dominant and aggressive, and I'm like, well,
oh yeah.
I can do that. But yeah, I think it's like keeping it old school and like revisiting from passions and stuff. Like a lot of people ask me even what is a soap opera? So I have to kind of explain to them, well, it's like, think of like Pretty Little Liars or Grey's Anatomy, but it was on in the day after The Price is Right.
Yep.
Really
Your
make
afternoon
sense.
shows.
A soap opera is defined as Victor Newman.
Victor Newman?
Oh, guys.
Oh,
come
yes.
on.
Yeah. I got you.
Oh, there
Sorry.
you go. Oh, Young and the Restless. Okay.
Come on. I'll go to the nursing home and be like, who's that? And then Lena will be like, oh, that's Billy. And I'm like, that's Billy. He had a different actor like a month ago. Yeah. But it's the same guy.
Yeah, that's a common thing. That's a common thing on soap operas.
You'd never know.
The aging up too, which is what I did between book 1 and 2, and people hated that.
Like the fact that kids grow up in like a month and then their parents stay the same age the whole time.
Yeah. So that's what I tried to accomplish with my my time jump.
I love it.
To keep everybody super sexy. But yeah, it's been 26 years.
Okay, so then to dive into this one too. So soap operas, the storytelling kind of thrives on secrets and betrayal and romance and dramatic reveals. So do you tend to map these out in advance? Do you plan them ahead of time, or do you kind of let them, I don't know, like develop organically and just grow from the story as you're moving through it?
It's a really good mix. I definitely, I just in the process of filming a YouTube video where I explain my entire process.
Ooh.
But it starts with the character sheet. I write down, everybody's name, what they look like, personality traits, how they're related to each other, if they have any sort of magic abilities. Then I move on to plotting out the main points I want to hit in each act. Then I move on to a chapter outline, which serves as like my rough draft. And I I will basically, I write it very casually. Like if anyone read these notes, they'd be like, what are these? These don't make any sense. It's just me being really off the cuff and just quickly writing down what the kind of idea I want for the chapter, where I want it to go. And then I actually start writing it. And I leave room for, something spontaneous to enter the chat, so to speak. But I do have to really craft like the skeleton of the story, or else it would be a hot mess. It would be like Swiss cheese. It would be so full of holes. Like I have to know the basic storyline, and then I leave room for spontaneity to happen.
So there you go. Not That Kind of Book Club. New episodes every Friday. That means we have a new one up for you now. That was a little taste of it. You can check out the whole thing on the network along with all the other amazing shows that we got. Almost another week in the books. We got one more show to do tonight. And then I guess we got another show to do tomorrow, 13th Melon. Check it out, 12:30. Things get going over there. Tonight, Gary's Scaries will be back on the air live at 11 p.m. And you can watch a grown man cry over and over again because I am not good with scaries in any way. So again, 11 p.m. that's going on. We'll be flipping over to the Twitch stream as well tonight. We will be streaming on Twitch as well as YouTube. And we're going to get back into Chrono Trigger with our Brando and Gary Get Good at Games with Guests, with our guest being the Phenom, as he is doing his first run through with Chrono Trigger. So a lot of fun there. So we'll take a little breather here. We're going to do some cool stuff. And then we're going to go Twitch, and then we'll be back here live 11 p.m. tonight. It will also be very cool. Everyone's excited about it except for me. So I'm trying to mentally prepare. And I don't like being scared. So that's going on tonight. We will see you back here then. And remember, karma's very, very, very real. Keep doing those good things, all right? And they'll start happening to you. I promise you. Ooh, look at that. I'm a ghost. Super spooky.